Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. Apparently, while I was gone on vacation, an amazing trip through Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota, and beyond, there was some Intellivision Amico drama. Rich with ReviewTechUSA did a very caustic video just criticizing the Intellivision Amico, the gameplay footage that he's seen, and sort of ridiculing and calling YouTubers shills that are excited about the Amico. He was mostly showing ones that gave testimonies about particular games, like Finnegan Fox in particular. There's a guy that's just I think he said it made his skin, I don't know, he was just really excited. He just thought that was amazing. His jaw drop, I think that's what it was, over Finnegan Fox gameplay, which Rich didn't seem too impressed by. Anyway, it was a long video. It was a stream, so it's no longer available, but somebody sent me the unlisted link. And so I watched it, and I want to comment on 10 comments on that stream because I want to comment on the comments. And just, you know, YouTube comments tend to get lost in the shuffle because there's a ton on a popular channel like ReviewTechUSA, and there's a lot of stuff to weed through. And this stream that Rich did the other night, just tearing up the Amico right and left, it's gone. And so I wanted to preserve some of these comments, 10 of them, that I want to read to you guys, that I want to comment on and just that I find interesting. I have no problem with Rich doing a video like this because, you know, terrorizing, trashing a system, or at least what he's seen of it, that I'm looking forward to. That's fine, and I think Rich gives his honest opinion when he does his rants on his streams. That's fine. And yeah, the Amico games they don't have super advanced graphics or anything or under the hood. He was basically talking about how it has old cell phone technology under the hood. Whatever, I'm just looking forward to the reimaginings of classic arcade games and sort of modernized version of Intellivision classics. That's what I'm looking forward to. I've played the system. It played really well. And I prepared this video this morning. But since then, Rich, with ReviewTechUSA, of ReviewTechUSA I should say, he has posted another video where Tommy watched Rich's stream and contacted Rich and told him, hey, why don't you come try the Amico yourself? So apparently Rich is going to meet up with Tommy, play the Amico for himself, and do a video. That I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to what Rich thinks of the video, or what Rich thinks of the Amico once he has played it. That should be really fascinating. Anyway, Rich is almost at 1 million subscribers. You know, he's closing in on that probably within the year or two. Probably within the year. I mean, he's a really popular channel, and people like the drama. And I think he gets on not just for drama, just to give him the, you know, you guys the honest truth. And I have no problem with Rich's channel, but it was striking just how he tore the Amico to shreds. But without further ado, I'm going to read 10 comments on Rich's stream. Like I said, it's no longer available, but I preserved some of the comments that I found interesting. All right, so Capstar Chaser said, all the games can be played on your $300 smartphone. Better, most likely. Now, this is factually incorrect. Things like a reimagined version of Moon Patrol with new weapons, you can't play that on a cell phone. That is going to be an Amico exclusive. Things like a new version of Astro Smash and Night Stalker, Beauty and the Beast, games I'm looking forward to, original Intellivision games that are refurbished, revamped, new weapons, new levels, all that kind of stuff. Those are going to be Amico exclusives. So, sorry, Capstar Chaser, that is incorrect. Next up is Dust Prog. He said they should have shown the new Earthworm Jim game at E3. Now, I agree with this. I was really startled when the Amico, the Intellivision, did their presentation at E3, and there was no gameplay footage of Earthworm Jim. One of the few games for the Amico that naysayers are actually interested in. I would love to have seen, you know, maybe just a few seconds of some platforming action with a new Earthworm Jim game, because I loved the original Earthworm Jim 2, and the Sega CD Earthworm Jim Special Edition. Love those games, great humor, great platforming action, but nothing at E3. I was really shocked by that. They did like a little art giveaway, but no gameplay footage, which is striking for a game that was announced, you know, a long time ago now, over a year ago or more. So I'd have liked to see that as well. Next up is Sergeant Gamer said, I hope the new Earthworm Jim is good. I agree. I hope it's good. I think it will be, considering the team Tommy has put together and considering the games I've played so far on the Amico, about 6 of them. They've been good, so I would imagine they would put a lot of care and attention into Earthworm Jim. So I hope it's good too. Griffin Gaming says, my heart goes out to all the kids that will get stuck with this. Thought that was a little bit amusing, and I remember back in the day the kids that had the Odyssey 2 when they really wanted the Atari 2600, or when it was time to upgrade to the ColecoVision or the Atari 5200 back in 82 and 83, and some kids were still stuck with their Ataris and their parents wouldn't upgrade them to a ColecoVision especially. So yeah, there might be some kids who, you know, they really want a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, and maybe the parents have heard about how the Amico is going to have E-rated games, family-friendly games, and bringing the family together, and they might get that instead, and a kid might be disappointed. But I see it mostly, I would imagine most families that get an Amico already have another gaming system, and they just want the Amico for the specific reasons Tommy has talked about. Emphasis on multiplayer, family-friendly, nothing on, you know, no gameplay online and that kind of thing. So we shall see. Maybe some kids will be disappointed, but hey, some kids may be pleasantly surprised that they love the Amico games. That reminds me, one thing Rich said in his channel, he said kids don't want to play games with their grandparents, and that's nonsense. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I remember being a kid, on occasion, if the grandparent would want to play with me, we would do something together. That was super exciting. My mom was, growing up, you know, she would always keep a clean house, always cooking. When she would take the time to sit down and play a board game or something with us, that was always super fun. I love that. And I know kids, I think kids like playing with their parents, especially busy parents or parents that just playing a game together. You know, kids and parents, a lot of times the interaction is about, you know, maybe instruction or discipline or homework or something. It's cool when they're just free to play together, and I think the Amico will be great for that. So I disagree with Rich on that front. I think kids will enjoy playing games with their grandparents, and a lot of kids would love to do that. Sean Bradshaw says, got to be cheaper and make the controllers cheaper. That's one point. It would be nice if the Amico was at the original $150 to $170. It is $250 with 2 controllers, so that's nice. And separate controllers, if you want more, they're going to be $80 each, from what I've heard, which is more than the PlayStation and Xbox controllers for the current systems. So yeah, the Amico's a little pricey, especially for a system with simple graphics. But hey, we'll see if people think it's worth it. I think it will be. Next up, Christian P says this will sell well in conservative middle America because all the games are rated E. Now, I haven't really given that much thought. I know certain parents will be happy that there are no M-rated games, no adult games, and, you know, no graphic violence or anything like that. But I haven't really considered the Christian element of it. And I suppose it would be interesting if the Amico took hold like in Christian bookstores, or if the religious community got behind it. That could really help sales because, you know, I mean, Christianity is still super dominant in America, despite, you know, fewer people going to church and a lot of people, you know, not liking the far Christian right. That's turning off a lot of people to Christianity. But there are, you know, millions and millions of, you know, hardcore Christians that might go for the Amico. That could really help sell, so that could be possible. Application of Self has a sort of a similar comment. The only market I can see for this weird conservative Christian families is weird conservative Christian families that don't want their kids playing the mainstream consoles and mature games. Maybe that'll be a market, we'll see. Eric90 says, I was finally able to score myself an Xbox Series X today from Best Buy today, so I'm happy. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are still in super high demand, and it's hard for stores to keep them in stock. That was just sort of a reminder of the reality of the situation with current consoles. So that was just, you know, throughout the stream, Rich talked about, you know, kids want the Switch. They want the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X. He couldn't see them wanting the Amico. Time will tell when the system comes out. Next up, GoogleFish80. This is the penultimate one, meaning the second to the last. I get the feeling Tommy believes in the console, and I respect that. But I really don't want to see him flop. I concur. I think it's kind of weird if you want Tommy and the Amico to absolutely fail as a retro gamer. I hope the Amico succeeds. Even if I didn't want to buy one, you know, I've got my pre-order in, even if I wasn't really that interested in it, I would want it to succeed just because I think Tommy is a cool guy and I like what he's done for the industry, working on so many games, and he's a friend of mine. I hope it does succeed, and I hope it sells extremely well, and I hope it's, you know, out in time for Christmas and all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't think there's a reason to hope it fails. I hope it succeeds, not just because I'm going to get one, not just because Tommy is my friend, but just because retro gaming in general, I'm a fan, and I like to see these television IPs come back. I think that's super cool. Last but not least is Emery Benson says, I hope you guys realize that the Amico isn't supposed to compete with the market, but rather to provide an alternate for those who aren't gamers or those who prefer arcade-style games. That's going to be the bottom line. We will see if this console, if there are enough retro gamers, if there are enough people that like the simple pick-up-and-play games, but more importantly, if there are enough parents, if there are enough grandparents that will buy this so they can play games with their kids, local couch co-op, that kind of thing. All right, let me know in the comments if you saw the ReviewTechUSA stream, which was pretty crazy. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that. And anyway, thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And just a reminder, if anyone's, you know, tuning into this and thinking, you know, if people say things against the Amico, I'm somehow offended or anything, I'm perfectly fine with that. I get that the graphics aren't great. I get that it's not going to have, you know, Minecraft and all these popular titles. I get that it's, you know, nothing under the hood compared to the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. I just happen to like the Intellivision. I happen to like old IPs, classic games. I happen to like simple shooters, maze games, climbing games, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm a fan of the Amico. That's the main reason. And I'm perfectly fine if that's not your thing, or if you just think it's overpriced, or if you think the graphics are, you know, you just, when you sit down to play a new console that costs $250, you expect a cinematic experience. Totally get that. So it's all good. And again, I think Rich, when he does his videos, I think he gives his honest opinion. And it'll be really interesting to see his views on the Amico once he's actually played it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you in another video. If you're a fan of my work, you might want to consider supporting me on Patreon. For just a low fee each month, you get a lot of extra content. Another way to support the channel and my writing career is to buy books direct from me, including the 100 Greatest Console Video Games, the Classic Home Video Game Series. It's like an encyclopedia set. And this massive bad boy, the NES Omnibus Volume 1 A through L. I will put links in the description of this video where you can buy books direct from me and where you can support me on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.